I think when you're in a relationship, you don't see those red flags because you want to look at the best part of that person. You want to see the best in them. And when you have as much love as I had for this person, you don't want to think that they're having bad intentions or testing you or testing their boundaries or testing their own control limits. And you don't want to think about those things. But unfortunately, in retrospect, seeing the things he asked me to do, the things he asked me to change on a consistent and constant basis, you realize that it was not a relationship maybe of him, of love. I think I was just the tester fiance, I call myself.
Interesting. So from what you learned about this, being the tester fiance and like being in a position where you have somebody who you're in this very intimate relationship with, but he's trying to change you, what do you tell people who are in relationships how to spot those red flags, even though we may have rose-colored glasses? What do you tell people?
I always recommend to people, when you feel that pit in your stomach, those are your instincts telling you something is wrong, something is not right. So trust your instincts and be brave enough to ask the person directly. Say, hey, I didn't like that comment you said. It just makes me feel like this. Come from a place of your feeling and emotions. And I think that's a good tester for someone. If you ask that question and the person shuts you down and says no or gets angry, my ex-fiance told me it was all about him. Every time I said my emotions, that it was all about him, or no, you're not feeling that way. If a person does that, really take that moment and analyze. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean in doing so, I always tell people, you don't love them any less, you don't respect them any less, but it's taking that moment for yourself. Do some self-reflection. Or if you're nervous about approaching your partner about it, I always say journal it, put it in a journal, and then maybe seek some mental health counseling or a therapist and say, I'm having this issue. Do you have any ideas of how I can approach it? And I always say, if you approach it from a loving and honest place, your partner should respect that.